Hey, take three, everybody. This is Mike. I'm coming to you from Samurai Geek Designs, located here in San Antonio, Texas. We are in our own little space in San Antonio. We are open to the public. You do have to call for an appointment, unfortunately. So anyway, what I've got here, this is my little guilty pleasure. I have one Arrested Development issue, and I do collect action figures. Not everything. I just collect Star Wars Black Series figures, and the one adult justification that I had for that was I actually enjoy repainting these figures right out of the box. Most of the time, I concentrate on repainting the faces. Hasbro has always done an excellent job of producing face sculpts for their figures. So the only thing that they really needed was a really good paint job. And since the advent of the digital face printing, some of that work has kind of gone along the wayside. But I've noticed that there's a certain amount of glossiness anyway now to the faces, and sometimes that digital face print just doesn't cut it, in my opinion. So I will go in there, paint the flesh tones, keep the eyes, but fix everything else. And what I've got here this time, this is my version of the repainted Beskar armor Mandalorian. And I'll be honest, I have been focus. Come on, keep it. I had been holding off on buying this figure because right out of the box, it has that Captain Phasma appeal to it, which is none, because it had none of the metallic finish that you thought you would get from a Hasbro Black Series figure. It is possible. It is possible to get these finishes on plastic. It's just costly, and well, if you still want to buy these at $20, we do have to have some limitations. Anyway, so I don't know if you can tell what I've done, because compared to Captain Phasma, this paint finish is actually pretty subtle. And I'm kind of scrolling around here and there around the figure just so that you can kind of see that there is a different kind of luster there. And this time, rather than going with the chrome pen, and I've seen guys out there hitting this with the Molotov pen, but that chrome finish, unless you're going to fog it up with a top coat, it's a little too shiny, a little too reflective for the Beskar armor. So what I went with on this one was this is a silver leaf, and it's a wax application, and then you gotta seal this as well. And what I've done is I've hit it twice with the silver leaf, buffed it out, sealed it. And then I hit it one more time with another top coat of the silver leaf just to bring out some of that extra luster. And I don't know if you could see the reflection from my window. You could see the light glaring off of it now. You can see me scrolling past it with my tablet. I had to put a shirt on. I had to put pants on just to film this video. Anyway, guys, this is my version of the Beskar armor Mandalorian, repainted, retouched up, and let me turn it around because I did some stuff. I still have to repaint that cape, but what I've done is I've removed a good portion of that cape just to have it draping around the jetpack. I wanted that silhouette still, but it's next to impossible to get the jetpack and the cape on there at the same time, and I just anyway, I don't know. I think those cloth capes come in pretty come in pretty handy sometimes. It's just with this one, I've seen a lot of them, and you go from having a figure with that molded cape to having a figure that looks like it was made by a cobbler or something. But anyway, enough on this one. Let me push him to the back. Ooh, watch out. And I picked this guy up over at Target. He was a crime of opportunity, to be honest, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna buy him because I mean he's a little ugnaught, but if you could, I mean the only thing that I've really done to him really was a full body touch up. His face, I've added a couple of different flesh tones to his face, and then I added a little bit of a dark wash to his nose. I added some red spots, some little pinkish spots. I went ahead and colored in his nostrils. Let me see if I can. Trying to get a good focus there for you guys. Oh shoot. That was me almost dropping my tablet. Oh, there it is. So what I've done, I looked at the source material online, excuse me, and everything that Quill has on is just way too light. When you look at Quill, when you look at the actor who portrayed Quill in the costume on set, and even in some of the production stills, costume lighting tests, everything is just darker. I mean, and the colors, it looks like Quill shops at the Land's End outlet here in San Marcos, but everything's nice, earth tones, everything is dark. So there's a wash on his little piece here just to darken up that orange and add that depth that he needed. The green has been redone on his sleeve, and I painted that little buckle, that little sleeve thing right here. Let me see if I can get my finger in here. Oh, there it is. This little spot right here, I went ahead and painted that in, painted his pouches. Still want to go over that with a lighter dry brushing there. I added a wash and a little bit of a deeper orange to his pants, and really added some weathering to his boots there as well. Let me turn him around. Again, I still have some lighter dry brushing to do on his backpack, but just to bring out the really weathered edges that would be kind of rubbed off here and there, like on this thing here, on this strap should be a little bit lighter. But I like to make my stuff just a little deeper, a little healthier to look at whenever he's sitting on your shelf. So anyway, guys, this guy picked up a funny little story. I mean, this was the only Black Series figure sitting on the rack over at Target. I had originally gone over there to get Hondo's droid, the one with the little mean little face painted on there, but they were actually out, and this guy was the only one sitting there on the rack. So I picked him up, and I was still kind of looking around there, and then 2 minutes later, these two 20-something-year-old kids run up and discover that the figure is no longer there on the shelf, you know. But you know, I mean, that's poaching, you know. If you're a figure scalper, you know, or whatever, if you're another collector, I don't know. To each their own. It's dog eat dog out there. But let me just go over. I don't know if I've done a video on this guy or not. But just to wrap up this video, this is my Durasteel Mandalorian, and this is the one that I really wanted to have on my shelf. I just like the look of him. Everything, well, He hasn't been repainted as much as just kind of just touched up here and there. Added a gloss to the helmet, and I think I put a dry brushing of some graphite paint on there as well. It's still shiny, but it's still dark and really, really dirty. I also added some of the darker edges that you should see on his armor around the scrapes. And I didn't do it very haphazardly as most. I just really like to take my time and bring the scale out in something like this, just with paint. So anyway, guys, this is what I've been up to. These are the things that I do, and these are the things that I finish up on whenever I do complete a project. It's just these are just like the buffer in between jumping from one Millennium Falcon to the other. I think it keeps me a little sane at times, but I guess, I'm still a big fan of Star Wars. I do like The Mandalorian. I mean, I make fun of it online. I mean, as far as, this character, when you look at him, I mean, he's a one-dimensional character that is a very minimalist when it comes to conversation. We get to see his face once, maybe twice a season, only to make an emotional impact, I guess. But I these two guys, I mean, these are the only two guys that I feel like I'm going to need for my collection. I know that there's another version of this guy out there with a removable helmet, and it's horrible. When you see the poor guy with his face with his face exposed on after having that helmet, I mean, I'm sure they did the best they could, but you have to also take in consideration this guy never takes his helmet off. So whenever he does take his helmet off, I'm sure it smells a lot like when you cut off a cast off your arm or your leg. Like, there's just this horrible stink that just comes out. But I'm pretty sure it's close to what is under the helmet whenever this guy takes off this thing. It's not romantic. It's it's just this soupy mess of hair and this swollen, pudgy face that's really under there. And you know what? I mean, I'm cool with the mystery. Anyway, guys, you have fun. Take care. Peace out. And I will see you again.